All right. I know we'll get to more of your chats, but real quick, as far as BetSaracen, one of our great partners here on Inside Arkansas, we appreciate them. Download the BetSaracen app today, as it is the best, bar none, sports betting app in the entire state of Arkansas and the only betting app worth using. We're going to do a little bit of what's more likely today. Just a few quick ones. And this is one of the ones that we've talked about with Jaquin and Jackson. So you can play along in the chat. We won't read it, but you can play along. What's more likely? Jaquin and Jackson to have 200 yards rushing against Auburn, or Taylor Green to have 400 yards passing against Auburn?
Jaquin and Jackson to have 200 yards rushing.
Probably, right?
Man, and that's what's crazy, because Auburn's done such a good job against the run. But I think I'm with y'all.
It is crazy that and another thing is Arkansas's had 2 400-yard passing games this year. I just can't imagine them having a third, I guess, is really what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you have Taylor Green throwing for 400 yards, Luke has better be part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the single game receiving yards record? Because Andrew Armstrong would break it if Taylor Green throws for 400 against Auburn in this game.
Andrew knows that answer to that question. I know he does.
I guess it's still Kobe, 303, 30, what is it? 309, 311?
311, yeah. Somewhere in there. But yes, over 300 yards. But hey, if Andrew Armstrong, here's the thing. If that was the case, that's fine with me. If they were leaving him that open and he was making that many catches, going for 300 yards, yeah, keep feeding him. Keep giving him the rock. But yeah, I guess we're probably all on board there. Now, both teams are terrible at turnovers as far as not getting them and also committing them. So what's more likely, Arkansas to have more turnovers or Auburn to have more turnovers in this game?
Auburn to have more turnovers. Well, gosh, I don't know. Yeah,
they really haven't forced any this year, because their margin, didn't we say, is the worst in the country?
Worst in the SEC and worst in the country, yeah. And the country, yeah.
So that makes me feel like they're due to get a fumble or something. That's because it seems like some bad luck to not have any turnovers.
That's true. That's fair. That's valid. I mean, they're starting a 3-star redshirt freshman quarterback, and it's just second game, and it's his SEC opener. He's going to make a mistake, right? I guess they got to get a little pressure on him, but he's going to make at least one mistake.
You would think.
Not only did he not have a turnover, he didn't have a turnover-worthy throw, according to PFF.
No. Yeah, he really didn't. He was sharp in there, man. Taylor Green is the more seasoned quarterback here, but somehow, even despite completing fewer than half of his passes, he only was picked off once and stuff. It's UAB, so.
Turnover margin for Auburn. They've lost 5 fumbles this season. That is almost dead last in the country, and obviously dead last in the SEC. So if you're wondering where their turnover margin is so terrible, is they haven't really done a great job of getting turnovers on as far as defensively, but they've been fumbling the ball a lot, even worse than Arkansas, if you can believe it. So,
and they had a 4-pick game, which
that doesn't help either. Yeah,
Jeremiah's got Arkansas at 670 yards of offense in this game, I think.
Are they playing twice?
Dude, what a call.
What? Jeez, dude. All right. Call your shot.
They will win if they get that.
Yes.
Even though they lost the game
where they against Oklahoma State.
Yeah, they certainly, that won't happen twice in one year, right? Where they get double up the other team in offensive yards and still lose the game. Surely
I don't know I don't think I'd be able to say anything in the post game. If you get 670 yards and lose again, I just
Randy Rainwater post game phone lines go. We're not saying a word, just letting y'all have it.
This could be a turnover fest, couldn't it?
It could be disgusting. There's a lot of potential for this to just be an ugly game. And basically, who sucks less is the one that wins. All right, so what's more likely? Arkansas to give up more plays of 20-plus yards, or Auburn to give up more plays of 20-plus yards?
I feel like Arkansas has had a pretty explosive, they generate big plays fairly consistently. Even if they're not moving the ball every possession, I think they'll have some big plays. But I don't know.
I don't know. I could see a pretty sharp downturn in that for Arkansas, because a lot of those explosive plays have been just busted plays where Taylor Green gets the edge and he rushes for 30, or it's like a random, 2nd and 13, you hand it off to Jackson. He's just better than everybody. And you're still going to have some of that, but these defenses are going to keep getting better and better. I guess you could hit Andrew Armstrong 4 or 5 times for 20 yards, but is anybody else going to catch a pass longer than that? I don't know.
Arkansas gave up a lot of chunk plays against UAB.
It did.
But I will say Talen's legs are an X factor here because I think he's more likely to rattle off a big run than Hank Brown is. But who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I probably would lean towards Arkansas or Auburn giving up more because I still think Arkansas is going to have those long runs by Taylor Green randomly. I think Jaquindon Jackson may have a couple. And then you guys mentioned like finding Andrew Armstrong for like 18 times in this game is probably going to be a thing. So surely a few of those will be 20+ yards, but I don't know. And finally,
Arkansas has 22 plays this season of over 20 yards. Auburn has 22 plays this season of over 20 yards.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Both sides. I will say
it's second in the SEC only to Ole Miss, who has 29. So
I see a lot of people talking about how New Mexico's quarterback was dicing Auburn up. I got to be honest. I've watched New Mexico a lot this year because they played week 0. Their quarterback, Dampier, is really hard to tackle. Like, he was making Auburn defenders miss like crazy, but not just Auburn. Like, he's been making plays, even though they're horrible. He just makes stuff happen. And so he busted them for a couple, getting loose, making a defender's miss in the pocket, and then getting out and running for 20 yards. But yeah, I don't know.
I imagine that Auburn people doing the exact same thing that we're doing right now are going, hey, our guys won by 4 scores at home, and Arkansas nearly lost to that school in Birmingham.
Right.
100%.
Well, and they also are probably under the impression that they found their quarterback, which seems to be true. And
I did hear the Locked On Auburn guy say that he felt like Cal is slightly better than Arkansas. And I thought that was a take. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, nobody did.
Hog fans.
That's a hot take, man.
Y'all gonna take that? Y'all gonna let him say that the liberal agenda is better than y'all at football?
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. We got to own the libs.
You got to own the West Coast libs, man.